Hi, so tell me a little bit about yourself, your name, where you are now.
Hi, I'm Gemma and I'm currently teaching in Year 4 in the pre-prep at Harrow. I was in Year 5 last year, and when I first arrived I was in Year 1.
Okay, and whereabouts did you work before you came to Harrow?
I was working in Smethwick in Birmingham, and I taught Year 4 and Year 5 there for 2 years. So I did my NQT year, then another year, and then I came over, applied for Harrow.
Okay, so you're a teacher here at Harrow International School. Obviously in the daytime you're teaching with children, but what do you do when you're not at work?
There's actually loads to do in Bangkok. So we're about a 30-minute drive from the city centre, where you've got cinema, shopping, and nights out. There's nights out as well. So there's lots to do. There's a sea world. There's lots of things and entertaining activities in Bangkok.
And weekends?
And beach. So the beach is only 2 or 3 hours away. You can get to a beach, and you can get to a little island in about 4 hours, Koh Samet. So yeah, weekends are sunny.
Oh, and how is the weather in Thailand and Bangkok? Does it suit you?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's lovely. It's happy weather. Makes you feel good. Not like the grey misery of England. So at the moment it's dry. It's just coming into dry season, so it's nice and dry, and it's a bit cool at the moment, which is nice. Although it might only last for 1 or 2 days. Who knows? We've just finished rainy season, which is pretty rainy, but it's a few months and then back to hot sun.
The sun.
Yes.
So whereabouts do you live? So teaching here at Harrow, do you live on the school site, off the school site? Whereabouts do you live, and what sort of house?
I still live on site actually, so I chose to stay on site. I've got a 2-bedroom house, which is massive for me, for one person really. It's a nice sized living room, little dining area, kitchen, and 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs with an ensuite. So it's perfect for a single person or a couple really, or even a little baby. Yeah.
Right. And is it great living on the school site? Very social, or?
Yeah, I really like it. Because I really like being able to literally pop next door and go and see my friends, or if you've had a busy day at work, you can literally, I pop a few doors down and say, should we order a pizza, watch a bit of telly, or sort of on a weekday, and it's really good. I like being close to my friends and people. Yeah.
And can you live off site if you want to, or does Harrow ask you to live on site?
You can. You're asked to live on site to begin with, and then you're able to move off site. So I know both families and single people choose to move off site for various different reasons, but either in town, sort of 30 minutes away, or some people choose to be quite local as well. There's some nice houses locally.
Okay. And for your house, does the school pay for the bills of your house, or do you have to pay the bills?
Don't pay it. There's no rent on the house, but we just pay for water and electricity, which only amounts to about equivalent of about £20–30 a month for me, for sort of a 2-bedroom single person, and that's it. And then it's just you pay for your TV, your phone, but the actual renter of the house, no, school. Yeah, school.
But if you lived off site, do you have to pay your own rent, or does the school pay for you?
You get an allowance. So your allowance it goes towards the cost of say an apartment or a house. So if you choose to live locally, it goes quite far, but if you choose to live in the city or closer to the city, then you will likely need to put some extra money into your pot.
Okay, sounds quite nice living conditions. So in the classroom, the curriculum that you teach here, do you want to explain a little bit about the curriculum and how it works?
Yeah, so we teach the British national curriculum, particularly for maths and literacy. In literacy or English, we've really adopted Big Write recently, so we're doing a lot of work with Big Writing and really pushing up the children's writing skills. But we follow the framework, the literacy framework, for the rest of our English teaching. And then for maths, we're just about to embark on some big maths teaching, but again we follow the British the framework, the old framework, for math. And then for topic, we've adapted some of the English curriculum for that, and some international primary curriculum for that, and we've just adapted it to what the children are interested in and what we think the children are interested in, rather than sticking rigidly with the Victorians, which never happened in Thailand. Yeah, we're choosing something a bit more relevant. So we're doing young entrepreneurs at the moment, and we're doing Active Planet after the holidays.
Oh, very good. And what's different about working in Thailand in the classroom than it was in England? where you worked in England?
We've got a big mixture of children here, sort of international students and Thai students, and so it's really important to cater for the children who have got a lower level of English. So we've got language support teachers here. We were careful about the language and our language support and making sure that grammar and tense, and so we've got a very big English language focus here, so we teach more English lessons and literacy lessons than we would do anything else really.
And your typical day of teaching, sort of how does it start, what time does it start, and throughout the day, how does it work?
I arrive at about 7 just because I like to be organised before my day starts. Not everyone does. We need to be here at half past 7. But the children come in at 7:40, bell goes, and then we've got registration until 8. And then we've got an 8-period day, 40 minutes each period. And generally, each day for me, I have two to 3 periods where the children go to Thai language or Thai studies, PE, swimming, games, music, ICT.
Right. Oh, that sounds quite good. And at Harrow School here in Bangkok, do you have to take part in after-school activities? And what sort of activities are on offer for you to join?
Yeah, we offer the children a really big range of activities, so it's really quite open to what you like to do really with the children if you've got a particular talent. So for example, I've literally just finished a production for the juniors. We've just done a Christmas Carol. So that's been my activity this term. But everybody's expected to do an activity. But there are lots of sporting activities, some more drama-like activities, and you can do any activity you want: chess, rollerblading, basketball, the swimming. You can join the swimming, help with the swim team. So there's lots of the sports, chess club, board games, loads. Really big variety. So if you've got a particular skill in something, it's quite nice. You can go, you can lead towards that. Do your own activity.
And how many activities do you do a week?
1 to 2 really. I've done 2, but a lot of people just do 1. At the moment we're doing 1 a week. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I see that Harrow International School, their mission statement is leadership for a better world. How does that work for you? What does that mean within the school?
We're really, particularly in the lower school, we're really promoting sort of the children working together, collaborating, becoming young leaders, if you like, so working in a team, leading their small team, and then sort of in a larger sense, having a real sense of not just themselves, but the sense of people around them. So, or how they're going to lead in the future. We do things like charity work. How can what we do now change what could happen in the future? So it's really about sort of training them up to be independent, resilient, proactive young people for when they go into the secondary school, the prep school and the secondary school, and then wherever they might go next.
Looking at the school calendar, is it the same as if you're working in the UK? The same holidays? Do you have May Bank holiday or do you have Thai holidays?
It's similar. We start a bit early, so we start sort of towards the end of August, mid to end of August, and then we have October half term. We get for 1 week, and then we get 3 weeks at Christmas, which is great, I think, because I personally go home at Christmas. I'll go back to England for Christmas, so 3 weeks is a nice time to go back. And then we have an equivalent Easter holiday, which in Thailand is actually a Songkran, a Thai holiday, Songkran holiday. So it's not always at the same time as English Easter, but it's in April. We'll have February half term as well, so 1 week in February half term. And then we don't get a week in May, we just get a long weekend in May, because actually we finish on the 30th, or around the 30th of June. But our summer holiday is about 7 weeks, so it's a really nice long time to pack your bag and go and see somewhere in Asia, which is really good.
When you joined Harrow, was your salary very similar to it was in the UK?
Yes, yeah, it was. And actually, because it just goes so much further here, because I don't pay rent, so that's a massive chunk of savings right there. And things are cheaper. Not everything's cheaper, but things like I don't bother cooking particularly during the week. I can just pop across the road and get dinner for about £3. The cost of living is so much cheaper.
And is it true that people have maids?
Yes, it is. I do have a maid. I have her. She comes twice a week, and yeah, it's brilliant. She's brilliant.
Oh dear. So what is quite difficult about working at Harrow, or what is quite difficult about living in Thailand?
It's busy. It's no less busy than in England. So sort of, you think, oh, you come to Thailand, it's all relaxed and laid back, but actually sort of Harrow is still a very busy place, and that's not a bad thing. It's full of fun stuff and it's full of exciting stuff, but I think it's something you almost expect it to be not as busy as England, but it's as busy. It's the same amount of business as it was in England. So there's, all the marketing and the assessment, that's all the same. So it's, it's still.
You don't come to Harrow for a lazy time.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay. One thing I'd like to ask is about, do you have a PDR system, professional development, and do you have opportunity to go to do your own professional development if you require?
Yes. So we do have a PDR system. So we just we have we have a meeting with our mentor, term 1, and then we have an observation where we set some targets, and then actually during our meeting after our observation, we then have sort of a discussion about what we want, what our aims are, what our targets are for our sort of own personal development as well. So it's really focused on us rather than somebody telling us what we can or can't do. Actually, it's focused on what we want to move forward with and what we want to achieve and what we want to do next sort of in our career. And there are opportunities. It can be difficult to find your own opportunity, not as easy as in England because obviously there's a lot more opportunity there, but there's a lot of people here, there's a lot of staff here that can help with that, and opportunities do arise here, but you do need to keep your eye out for it, and you do need to look.
So obviously, how long have you been here at Harrow now?
This is my 5th year.
So 5th year, and did you intend to stay 5 years? And why are you still here? Is it because Thailand is good, Harrow is good? So what have you enjoyed the most?
I don't know if I probably didn't expect to stay for more than 4 years. I probably thought I'll do 2, see how it goes. But I find I like my lifestyle here. So yes, your working day's hard and it's busy as usual, but actually you can go to the beach for the weekend. I'm going to Japan for my Easter holiday. I've done 6 weeks in China. I've been to Bali. I've been to Borneo. So actually, your spare time for me, I think that's what's kept me here. My spare time is my spare time.
Fantastic.
Which is
Thank you very much.